which leads me to believe that motorists must have heard that Lisa Barnes, the morning program's roving reporter, was heading in their direction. I think she's on the line. Morning, Lisa.
Good morning, Paul.
Where are you?
Paul, I'm just approaching the eastbound section of the tunnel. I'm literally just driving into the tunnel as I'm talking to you now. I'm in the middle lane, or what will be the middle lane once this third lane is open this morning. Traffic is actually not flowing that badly at the moment. There is a reduced speed limit of 60 kilometres an hour, but just driving through, seeing what it will be like, even though this third lane is empty at the moment, it is coned off. Just seeing how squeezy it's going to be in here. Yeah,
so the lane that you're in is the width that it will be when all three lanes are operating. How does it feel?
It's pretty tight, Paul, to be honest. There's absolutely no room for error. A truck's just passed me, actually, on the right-hand lane, and there's not much room sort of between the side of the truck and then, obviously, the side of the wall. And just having a look beside me, I'm pretty glad at the moment that the left-hand lane is empty, but obviously that will be full of traffic from 5 o'clock tomorrow morning, so it is very tight. There's, as I say, definitely no room for error taking out that emergency lane. If somebody needs to sort of swerve for anything that may be on the road, any kind of debris, I think it could absolutely cause problems.
Well, when three lanes are operational, I believe that the speed limit will be down from 80 kilometres an hour, which it has been, to 70. Are you saying it's operating at 60 today, is it?
It's currently at 60, Paul, and I think mainly that's just obviously to let people know that that third lane isn't operating. You do have to merge a little bit to get into the tunnel, the eastbound lanes, to sort of get out of that third lane straight away, to just merge back into these two lanes. And then we're just approaching the end of the tunnel now, and you can actually jump into the third lane so that you can get off at East Parade. Okay,
so you're doing that. You're in the left-hand lane now?
Yes, I currently am, and obviously coming out towards the tunnel there's a lot more room to move, but it is going to be very tight when people are driving through there tomorrow. We do know that that third lane will be operational as of 5 o'clock tomorrow morning, and I guess people should be aware that it is very, very squeezy in there, and if you haven't driven through the tunnel in a little while, probably be prepared for that.
Well, congratulations for surviving. However, you did get a truck go past you, and I was actually hoping that that would happen to you there, so that, because that's the thing I think that intimidates people the most. It's when you're going to be in three lanes with maybe a big truck on either side. Just how close was it, Lisa? I mean, like, if you put your hand out the car window, would you have been able to touch that truck?
Look, I think you probably would have, depending on sort of how close to either line that you're driving. I just kind of think about it as if there is something, a tiny bit of wheel debris or some kind of debris on the road, and you maybe try and go around that. I think some people could probably lose their wing mirrors.
I think the thing that bothers people the most in that is that the emergency lane is out. So what happens if you have a breakdown in the tunnel these days, and what sort of congestion's likely to happen? Now, I know you wouldn't have got a feel for that today, but what's your thought about that?
Look, I was just sort of thinking about it as I was waiting to drive through the tunnel this morning, and just removing that lane, all of a sudden, if there is a breakdown and you do have to, get traffic to merge, or I was thinking perhaps if there is a crash, all of a sudden you sort of kind of take out two lanes of traffic, and then you're trying to get three lanes to merge back into one lane. I really think you could see dramas. We know how quickly the tunnel backs up now when a car breaks down, or if there is a small bingle. As I say, there is no room for error in there at the moment, and if there is a little, a little fender bender, or somebody does hit clip their wing mirror or something like that, I think all of a sudden you are going to lose those two lanes of traffic, and then there's just nowhere for anybody to go. You can't sort of go around. The only choice will be to merge back into one lane, and I really do think that it could back up quickly.
Now, Lisa, as I understand it, the third lane won't be operational at peak hour this afternoon. It doesn't open up until very early tomorrow morning, so it'll be eastbound. It'll be still two lanes in peak hour this afternoon. Then at peak hour tomorrow morning, it'll be three lanes, but it doesn't. Most of the traffic, of course, is incoming westbound on the Graham Farmer Tunnel in the mornings. The afternoons is the more important time. And then I think the westbound lane, the third lane, arrives next weekend, doesn't it?
Yes, that's right. Work begins on the westbound as of this weekend. The tunnel will be shut again, and I think it goes over 3 weekends. Main roads say that will take a little bit longer than the work for the eastbound, because obviously going westbound you have to get onto the freeway, and you've got difficulties with those lanes there. So there's still a little bit of congestion to go, I guess, for motorists, and avoiding the tunnel for a little bit. But it will be interesting to see how motorists do react to the third lane being there. As I say, peak hour this afternoon might be a little bit interesting as well, because the tunnel eastbound is reduced to 60 k's an hour, and you do have those cones there. And as I say, if you are coming eastbound, it's sort of as if you are in that third lane, and then all of a sudden you need to merge back into
get across. Yeah,
that's right.
That merge will be difficult.